Hey y'all, welcome back to the Patreon. What should I name this episode? Should this title be named Brett Favre Needs to Go to Jail, but in an abolitionist way? Like, I'm an abolitionist, but like Brett Favre need to go to jail. Like, if we sending people to jail, like Brett Favre need to go to jail. Like, I don't know what the name of this episode should be, but like, Brett Favre should go to jail. Brett Favre needs to go to jail. If it was anyone else, they would be in jail. Therefore, Brett Favre, you kind of need to go to jail. Okay, so Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the United States of America. It just is. It's unfortunate. Mississippi has a big black population. So the fact that Mississippi is one of the poorest states, if not the poorest states in the United States of America, is just really, really unfortunate and very, very intentional. The people of Mississippi are pretty much left to die. Let's see, poorest states in America. Let's see. Yeah, it's Mississippi. Mississippi and Louisiana go back and forth as the poorest states in America. And so Brett Favre decided that he was going to use welfare money that's supposed to go to Mississippi and use it on his daughter's volleyball organization, like use it to build something for his daughter's volleyball team. That is nuts. And here is the thing. There's no world in which I believe that money would have went to people in need anyways. Like, if Brett Favre didn't take the money, they would have just sent the money to someplace else. And that is what I mean by the poverty in this country is so intentional. It's not just by happens chance that the people who are poor. It's not by happens chance that, well, I guess that's just, Louisiana, Arkansas, New Mexico, and Mississippi, all the southern states just get the shitty end of the stick. Like, we just get the shitty end of the stick that we don't have infrastructure, we don't have good jobs, we don't have, we don't have welfare money. It's not by happens chance. There's a bunch of people making sure that these states stay poor, that the people in these states stay poor. As someone who lived in Alabama for 4 years when I went off to college, it's night and day. The people who are in these states who do have money and the people who are in these states and don't have any money. It is literally night and day, and there's no one doing anything to try and help out these people who are poor. And so when you see Brett Favre committing welfare fraud, because that's what it is, it's disgusting. Mainly because poor people need money and they could have used that money. That money could have gone directly to poor people, but it was never going to go to poor people anyway. They would have just found another way. But it's also nasty because of the language that people thrust at poor people, especially poor black people. Poor black moms get called welfare queens constantly when Republicans are running on ideas that we need to defund welfare. We need to defund things that help out poor people. They're constantly poking at black people. They're constantly trying, it's a racist dog whistle. Like, we need to defund welfare. We need to defund these things for poor people because it's a dog whistle. We need to defund black people. We need to defund black people. We need to cripple black people. We need to make it so that black people don't have resources. Black people are using our tax dollars and they are just using it on useless things. They're using it on clothes, on shoes, on TVs, on strippers. They're wasting our welfare money and we need to put a stop to it. That is the rhetoric that a lot of Republicans run on, this idea of defunding welfare. But we have always said white people are the people who benefit from welfare the most. White people, it's just like affirmative action. White women are the people who benefit from affirmative action the most. White people benefit from welfare the most. But usually when we say that, we're saying that there's hella fucking poor white people. Like, poor white people all over this place. places, especially in places like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Like, poor people, poor Georgia, poor white people are all over the place, and they benefit from welfare. So when you're doing this stuff, you're trying to make black people the face of this welfare stuff because you're trying to elicit voters who are racist to help you, not realizing they're fucking themselves over. But you're just trying to bring out all the races. Yeah, welfare, black people, black women are welfare queens, all of this stuff, you know? And so it gets even nastier when Republicans are using these things to like get people to be really racist, really nasty, bring out the racists and bring out the nasty people, but also they're taking the welfare money. That's where it really gets really sick and twisted. It's one thing to like be like, oh, we need to defund welfare, fuck poor people. It's another thing to be like, well, since I can't defund welfare and I don't give a fuck about poor people, let me give it to rich people. Like, that's just a level of nastiness I can't comprehend. I can't comprehend that level of sickness. I can't comprehend this idea that you have welfare money and you're like, let me get in contact with Brett Favre. Who is the governor who gave Brett Favre the welfare money? The person give him the welfare money. Like, what does that say? We just live in a very fucked up society. Like, you can't, there's no voting, there's no rehabilitation. There's no reforming is the word of something like that. That is just corrupt. When Brett Favre, former Green Bay and Minnesota quarterback, can get welfare money for his daughter's volleyball team, you can't, like, Brett Favre is not even that powerful. Imagine what powerful people are doing. It's nuts. We just don't stand a chance. You just don't stand a chance. So when we're sitting back here and we're blaming poor people for their own poverty, it's crazy because it's like, look at this. Look at this. And I do want to give a shout out to the Mississippi journalist who jumped on this, because like this is like public record. This is public record that Brett Favre's, I believe, foundation got $11 million. And 2 years ago, these Mississippi journalists started looking into why the fuck did Brett Favre get $11 million and what the fuck did he use $11 million on? Like I always say, there's always someone doing the work. That's why I just can't sit here and put my head in the sand and be like, well, there's no point. There's no use. Like, what's the point? Someone's always doing the work. Someone is always doing the work and slowly chiseling away at stuff. And that's how things like this come to light. Just a few nosy motherfuckers in Mississippi who was like, this don't make no fucking sense. What is Brett Favre getting $11 million for? And that's how Brett Favre got busted. So I do want to give a shout out to the Mississippi journalist who jumped on this shit, because like, Brett Favre, you're fucking nasty. And the thing is, I've always hated Brett Favre. I've always hated Brett Favre because it's the wokey in me. Like, I always hate the good American, like, ooh, pull yourself up by the bootstrap. I've always hated Brett Favre. He's always given racism. Like, I never liked Brett Favre. You guys, and furthermore than that, they are reporting that $77 million that was supposed to go to aid via welfare has been misspent. $77 million. These places that we say are the poorest states in the country, they are poor intentionally. Like, it's just, it don't make no sense. It's so sickening. It's so fucking sickening. Like, I don't have any words. I don't have any words. Governor Phil Bryant, I have no fucking words. Like, it's just, the more you read about this, the more it is crazy. And the streets are saying Brett Favre is always involved in some sketchy business. I don't know how true that is, but like, streets are saying like a lot of his business is fucking sketchy. He's always in some fucking shit. That's just so freaking crazy that you were trying to find ways to like not give poor people money. You're like, who wants money? Who? Brett Favre, you want money? New volleyball court. Okay, you want this, you want this. That is so fucking crazy and so fucking nasty. So like, Brett Favre gotta go. Brett Favre gotta go. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, Brett Favre gots to go. Now, I do want to say that Brett Favre, like, ESPN has halted its relationship with Brett Favre. Brett Favre has a show with ESPN, or it's sponsored by ESPN, that has been put on hold. Some other people have put their relationship with Brett Favre on hold. But I do want to say, I don't want to say that nobody is paying attention to this story, because that's just untrue. There's always people, like I said, doing the work. But I do want to say the quietness is intentional. The quietness is intentional. 100% why this is not everywhere. Like, this is intentional. We are talking about welfare fraud. Welfare fraud. This is 100% intentional why people haven't been loud about this. Because, like, that's what you get as a white man. You get protection. You get protection. You get mom. Because, number one, Brett Favre ain't the only person doing it. And so no one wants their block to be hot. And then number two, like, they don't want to see, you know, one of their sports figure, one of the figures, they don't want to see themselves tarnished, you know? They'll tarnish everybody else, but they don't want to see themselves tarnished. But fuck that shit. Brett Favre, you going to hell. Brett Favre is going to hell. Let's move on to Nick Cannon and his baby mamas. Nick Cannon baby mama. The first baby mama has thrown the first stone. She threw the first brick at Stonewall. She said she ain't got no money for a night nurse. Well, basically she said, now here's the thing. I think we overestimate how many people put rich men on child support. I 100% think we do. When it comes to rappers, when it comes to whatever the hell Nick Cannon is, when it comes to any of that, I think we overestimate how many people actually put these people on child support, because we would see it. We would see it in the court records. We would see them going to court. Like, these people, like, yeah, we would see it through court. We would see it through all of that. It's like, it wouldn't surprise me if none of these people have Nick Cannon on child support. But here is the thing. It's been so funny. This is fun. It's not funny because, like, whoa, kids are involved. But it's funny because we said this. We said that Nick Cannon do not have the funds to support all these families. Like, even if you believe what Nick Cannon is doing is okay because, like, he has the money to take care of these families, I'm here to tell you Nick Cannon does not have the money to take care of these families. And these women kids gonna be working with our kids just like these gonna be regular ass kids. These gonna be regular ass kids going to regular ass school, getting regular ass jobs, going to regular ass college. Like, I'm so sorry. Nick Cannon funds is not that long. I just don't understand what y'all see Nick Cannon do that made y'all believe Nick Cannon money was just so motherfucking long. Like, so 8, 6, 7, 10 kids long? Like, sure, Nick Cannon can take care of 1 or 2 kids, I guess, but take care of himself and take care of all these fucking baby mamas. I said that don't make no motherfucking sense. So I genuinely do not believe that these women had Nick Cannon on child support. I do not believe these women were getting money from Nick Cannon. I believe that Nick Cannon is in the business of finding the perfect fucking fools. Like, I believe these women are lining up to have babies with Nick Cannon. Like, you know, no one being an idiot surprised me. No one being a fucking idiot will ever surprise me. It does not surprise me that these women are idiots. Like, they're idiots. Like, they just want to have babies with Nick Cannon because something ain't right up in here. And it's like they're probably sitting at home and already wanted to have kids, and they like, hey, Nick Cannon's here. Like, I don't know. I don't know what goes through the mind of a buffoon, but that is what they are. But anyways, one of his baby mamas was up here complaining because her kid been up all fucking night and she can't get no sleep. Like, whatever. And so, like, it was given very Gina Rodriguez, like, what can we do, mama? Like, you need to get in touch with a night nurse. She was trying to give suggestions, like, get in touch with a night nurse, mama, so you can get some sleep. And she was like, you gonna pay for that? That's what the baby mama said. The baby mama said, you gonna pay for that? And the girl said, like, no, I don't have the funds, but, like, surely Nick Cannon can, like, and Can your baby daddy? And like, she got, all of a sudden, baby mama got out of pocket. And she was like, don't talk about my baby daddy. Like, like, he is not my sugar daddy. He is my baby daddy. And so it's like, baby, that's a lot of words just to say Nick Cannon don't give you no fucking money. That's a lot of fucking words just to say Nick Cannon don't give you no fucking money. And I was just like, whoa. So I already thought Nick Cannon wasn't giving the girlies money. But to confirm that Nick Cannon is not giving the girlies money, I said that's nuts. I said that's nuts, which proves that it's wrong all around. So y'all don't even have a case that Nick Cannon has money and he can take care of these women. He don't. These women are getting $1. And then on top of that, we said that these women are going to be worked to the fucking bone. These women are going to be worked to the bone. Having a newborn child is not easy. It is better if someone is there to help you so you can get sleep, so you can get rest. And he's making all these women do all of this fucking work. And lo and behold, Nick Cannon is out here living life. Ooh, that's Nick Cannon and his baby mama sitting at home tired as a fucking dog. Tired as a fucking dog in heat. And like what? And what? Nick Cannon doesn't have to care. She can't get a night nurse. She's broke. Nick Cannon going to hell too. This might be my everybody's going to hell list. This might be the everybody's going to hell episode. Everybody is going to hell episode because this don't make no fucking sense. What else is on my everyone is going to hell? Adam Levine probably going to hell. I find the Adam Levine conversation so uninteresting. I don't know, maybe it's in my old age. Like, it's just so uninteresting. It's just so interesting. White man sexting white woman. That's just so uninteresting. Like, it's just so uninteresting. I get it. I'm not trying to yuck nobody's yum. I find things so interesting. I'm sure you guys don't find any bit of interesting. So, like, if this is your yum, why, let me not say yuck. Like, it's fine. But I do want to say white women get so fucking nasty when it comes to a good old home record. Y'all have to check that shit out the door. What is this? White women hate each other. I come on here and say this all the time, but white women hate each other. The minute they feel like another white woman has too much dip on their chip, it gets really fucking nasty. I have not seen a white woman lust after Adam Levine since 2006. But all of a sudden, now y'all like, ooh, why would she do this with Adam? Now y'all jealous somebody fucking Adam Levine? Like, be fucking serious. Like, all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, you're just disgusting. You're just this. She's a homeworker. She needs to take accountability. What is she talking about? Grooming? Like, y'all just get really fucking nasty when it comes to white men and like the women that they choose to fornicate with. That's not their wives. Like, it's just not lost on me. Like, it comes real whore slut, and it gives jealous. It gives you're wondering why you not getting picked, or you believe that if you get with a man, he gonna pick somebody else. Like, y'all just have this very like, it's my home and everyone outside of it is a whore. Like, it's me and everyone else is a whore. And it's just like, it's really weird. Y'all don't know that girl. If y'all see another woman, white woman, getting attention, y'all don't like that shit. I don't know if it's the way y'all condition to always want to be a main character. And if anybody else is main character that's not you, you get really fucking nasty. You have to tell me what's going on, what's in the juice, what's in the milk, because like, I just don't get it. I just don't get how y'all can see that Adam Levine is the one out here philandering, and y'all got all the smoke for the girl. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And y'all have to work through this conditioning that makes y'all, because like, I feel like that makes y'all defend white men just so much. It goes back to the John Mulaney thing, to the Johnny Depp stuff. Like, what is that in y'all that makes y'all defend white men, like, and always want women to be the reason why someone is doing wrong? They doing wrong because they wrong. Like y'all should know that better than anybody else. That white men just be out here doing wrong because they have no predators. They have no, like, it's like they're the alpha. So that's why they're be out here acting a fucking fool because they're the only person who fully gets the benefit from misogyny. So they act the way they fucking do. But what is it in you? What is it in you that makes you defend Adam Levine? And you cannot say it's to come to the defense of other women because, like, it's not lost on me. It's not lost on me. Y'all don't give a fuck about Bahati. Y'all don't give a fuck about Bahati. What y'all do care about is slut shaming this girl. It's not the same thing. Y'all say y'all slut shaming this girl to defend Bahati, but like the only person who has really hurt Bahati is Adam Levine. I believe in my mind that white men had just done all of this work to just pit y'all against each other, and so that they never have to have any accountability. That's what I think it is. So, like, white women who was slut shaming that little girl, she's like 21. Y'all going to hell. This is the y'all going to hell episode. Speaking of going to hell, the queen died. The queen died, and I'm coming over here to say Meghan Markle loved them white people. Like, whoa. Here's the thing. I don't want to sit up in here and say, like, Meghan Markle is not a revolutionary. Meghan Markle didn't go through shit. Like, I'm not going to, you know what? Meghan Markle's feelings are as valid as she wants her feelings to be. Like, I really don't care. I don't care. In my black household, I do not care. But, like, her feelings are as valid as she wants her feelings to be. But I'm just going to tell y'all, Meghan Markle do not dislike them white people. Meghan Markle, so much so, I think people are forgetting in the Oprah interview where she said she liked the queen, where she said the queen had been nothing but nice to her, and she was like, she literally came out and said that it wasn't the queen who did anything to her. Like, Meghan Markle liked them white people. Meghan Markle liked them white people. Meghan Markle wanted to be a part of this family. I am so fucking sorry. Like, Meghan Markle, I believe, let me tell it, is dealing with two sides of her identity, right? Like, it's one of those things where, like, you want to be a part of something, but then they kick you out, so now you got to be on the defense. But, like, you really wanted to be on the in group, but they just ain't want your ass. It's one of those things, like, Meghan Markle wished those people accepted her, but, like, it got nasty, and so she had to fight back. But Meghan Markle liked them white people because a bitch like me, I wouldn't have been there. And then the thing is, Meghan Markle did more than be there. She was shaking hands. She was holding babies. Like, be serious. Meghan Markle likes those white people, and let Meghan Markle like those white people. Like, I'm so sorry. Let Meghan Markle like them white people if she want to like them white people. I do not know. Also, speaking of people going to hell, let's talk about the Boston Celtics coach. This really is the y'all going to hell episode. Like, everybody's going to hell. Meghan Markle don't have to go to hell, I guess, but like everybody else going to hell. Like Nia Long had to learn it the hard way. I hate seeing the girls learn it the hard way. Men are embarrassing. When you claim a man in public, and I'm not talking about claim a man in public like, you know, your own, like people know you date. I mean claim a man in public. Like, people know y'all ace boo coon, you know? Y'all real close. Be prepared to be embarrassed. You can love your man 90% of the time, but just be weary of 10%. You can think to yourself, my man ain't never gonna do me wrong. And you should think that, because life is not for the weary. Don't sit around and just be like, oh my gosh, is my man gonna embarrass me? What is my man doing? Don't live that way. That's no way to live. But when you loving him 90% of the time and saying how great he is, my man, always notice that 10% back there. And if you are always aware that 10% looms in the background, you can never be caught off guard. You can never be caught disappointed but not surprised. The word with being with a man is disappointed but not surprised, because you always got that 10%. And that 10% is that men will embarrass you without a gun to their head. Men will embarrass you without a gun to their head. They just foolish. The word is foolish. They just foolish. Like, you can't make it make sense. If y'all don't watch sports, but let me cue you in. The Boston Celtics were favored to win the NBA Finals this year, with Nia Long's husband being the coach of the team. His first year as a coach of the Boston Celtics, and if you also don't know anything about sports, the Boston Celtics is one of the biggest franchise in all of sports. This nigga, he is the coach of the Boston Celtics. In his first year, he leads the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals. And he is coming back for season season 2. They are favored to win the NBA Finals, and he is in the organization acting a fucking fool. We don't know what fully happened to there. There's a lot to the story. I don't like the idea of people just being like, oh, he has a work wife. You don't know how nasty that shit got. Like, I just don't want to speak on nothing. We don't have all the facts, you know? Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, ooh, a year is obsessive. You don't know what the fuck that man was doing that closed door. You don't know nothing about nothing. So, like, I will wait for details. I will wait for people to speak their piece. But, like, let's get to the fact that men are embarrassing. Why the fuck are you doing this? I don't put cheating past nobody. Like I said, I believe everybody out here cheating. Like, especially a nigga who ain't home most of the time. Like, of course he cheating, whatever. Why would you be in your organization acting a fucking fool? This is, if I was Nia Long, I couldn't be with you anymore because you're senseless. Have you ever been around someone and you're just like, you make bad choices? You could not lead me out of a cardboard box. You could not lead me out of a cardboard box because, like, you don't make good choices. You don't make good choices. This could be about a friend. This could be about your parents. This could be about a man. But it's just like, you make poor choices. Has someone constantly ever told you about the things that they're constantly in? And you're just like, oh, you just make bad choices. It has nothing to say about you, whether you're smart, whether you just make bad choices. Some people just make bad choices. They make sense. They always gonna make the wrong choice. But picking between A and B, they always gonna pick whatever the wrong choice is. This is why I can't be with you. This is why I can't be with you. Nia Long sitting at home. Man got a good job. Man got a good job. And he just fucks it up. He just fucks it up without a gun to his head. He just fucks it up. You just are stupid. So the point of this is men are fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing. Like, it's just really, really embarrassing. And it sucks that my girl Nia Long had to learn this the hard way. Had to learn this the hard way. That's why you gotta keep it word to Issa Rae and keep him in the background. Like, you don't need to see my man. You don't need to see my man. Like, because, like, he ain't got nothing to do with this show. He ain't got nothing to do with this show. Because, like, speaking of going to hell, this is really the going to hell episode. The baby, keep Meg Thee Stallion name out your mouth. And one of I think it's in one of Meg Thee Stallion freestyles, she said, "Bitches love using my name like it's clickbait." When we gonna say preach? When we gonna say preach? Bitches love using Meg Thee Stallion name like it's clickbait. When the music not selling, when nobody gives a fuck. Whose name do we throw in the mix? Whose name do we put out there to get a little buzz? It is Meg the fucking Stallion. That's what we do. The baby knows no one is listening to his fuck ass album. And so what does he do? What does he do? He pulls a stunt. And the stunt is using Meg Thee Stallion's name. But guess what? No one gives a fuck. We're throwing tomatoes. This is, you want to know what is nasty? Do you want to know what is nasty? The baby sat at home. He sat at home and he thought to himself, how do I get the toxic men to be on my side? Talk shit about Meg Thee Stallion. Talk shit about Meg Thee Stallion. There is a group of men who are directly against Meg Thee Stallion. I don't even know why they're against Meg Thee Stallion. I think they believe like Meg Thee Stallion is trying to bring the black man down. I don't even know what their cause is. But like, there is a group that is very much so against Meg Thee Stallion. They have this vitriol for Meg Thee Stallion. And so the baby is trying to tap into them. He is trying to tap into them because look at what we're seeing. Tory Lanez ain't never made a song I needed to hear again. Tory Lanez ain't never had no stands. All of a sudden, he's accused of shooting Meg. Now he got all these people coming to his defense, right? So the baby's thinking to himself, how do I get that same useless and not even like, it's like I said, it's useless fanfare. Like, these people aren't helping Tory Lanez in any way. Tory Lanez could put out a song tonight. They're not going to listen to it. Like, it's not even it's not even useful fanfare. But he's hoping he can tap into those people who just want someone to say something negative about Meg Thee Stallion. I don't give a fuck if Meg Thee Stallion fucked the baby or if she did it. Like, what does that mean? You down, she up. You down, she up. You can't even book a stage. You can't even book a stage to be able to tell the world you fucked me. Book the stage first. Book the stage. The only reason anyone is talking about your album or knew it came out, because you talking about me. Because you talking about me. Because you're talking about me. And then what makes the DaBaby thing so weird, DaBaby 100% derailed his own career. The week of DaBaby derailing his own career happened by his own means. He got on stage, said that homophobic shit. He brought out Tory Lanez, was standing 10 toes down on it, and then was still putting out shitty booty ass music. So like the DaBaby downfall is not like anything Meg Thee Stallion had anything to fucking do with. I believe Meg Thee Stallion attached herself to DaBaby one too many times, actually. That last song that DaBaby and Meg did together, Meg did not need to do that. That was charity. That was fucking charity. Like, she didn't do a damn thing to you, DaBaby. Not a damn thing to you. So, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Some other things I want to quickly tap into. The PWI versus HBCU bullshit, let it go. The biggest reason why I say let that bullshit go, because it be 40-year-olds talking about that shit. Y'all 30 and talking about kid business. Stay out of kid business. I had a What Annoyed Kid that I just missed a couple weeks ago, and one of them was stay out of kids' business. Like, oh my gosh. The 30-year-olds who are still so, like, caught up in what people are doing on the campuses, on the college campuses of America, please cut that shit out and go get some life insurance. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my gosh, please get some insurance and like buy a home or something. Like, I don't know. Like, go get checked. Go get some blood work done. Like, please act like an adult for once in your life. Like, stay out of kids' business. Like, we can dead that pee. I'm not even going to engage in it because I do not care. Like, I'm so sorry. I do not care. It is not my job to uphold or not uphold the legacy of PWIs or HBCUs. I don't give a fuck. That is for the fucking kids. That is for the fucking kids. I do not care. Another thing, tape-ins. Okay, so like my birthday is coming up. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my hair. You know, what my hair gonna look like in October, what I'm gonna get of girls in October. And it just hit me that tape-ins are the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Because you know the amount of heat, like I get it, everybody don't care about heat. The thing is not the heat damage. Cause like heat damage is whatever. It's how people, and I don't wanna be nasty, but it's how people's hair look when they continuously put heat in their hair as a black person. It happens the same thing as a white person too. Your hair starts to thin. You start to lose strands of your hair. So like that first like press that you get when you haven't been putting in your hair, it looks amazing, but it does not continue to look that way. It starts to thin out. You start to lose strands of your hair. Like it's heat damage. That's what the heat damage does. You start to lose hair. And that's the problem with it. It's less that your curls don't come back, because if you're never wearing your hair curly, it doesn't matter that you don't have curly hair, I guess. The heat damage doesn't matter. It's the fact that your hair just gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and then you get that flat iron look. Y'all know that flat iron look if you're a black girl. It's that greasy, strandy, it's that look that I hate. I'm so sorry. If you like that look, more power to you, but I hate that look. That's the problem with it. So when the girls are putting tape-ins in their hair, I'm looking, because I was looking at all different types of videos, seeing what the girls doing, Y'all putting flat irons in y'all head, curling irons in your head every single day. Get a sew-in. Get a sew-in. At least the only thing that's going to break off your hair and a sew-in is your leave out. So like, yeah, you're going to have to get rid of that, but at least that's all that has to grow back. And the rest can be, can grow in. But like, your hair is just exposed and y'all just running. And then the thing is, it don't blend well. It don't blend well. You have to put the heat on your hair to get it to blend. So unless you would be like me and not give a fuck if it's blending or not, like you would just, tape-ins going to hell. Tape-ins are going to hell. Like, I don't know who convinced y'all tape-ins was the fucking move. They not.
They not, oh no, I can't do the heat. I can't do the heat. But anyways, that's it on this episode of Who's Going to Hell. This is the Who's Going to Hell episode. We have Brett Favre, we got Nia Longman, we got DaBaby, we got the Queen, we got Adam Levine, we got the white women who are being nasty. Like, just going to hell. And the people who are on Twitter all goddamn day and TikTok all goddamn day talking about PWIs and HBCUs. Oh my gosh, go get a job. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.